How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to Rangers Rundown. The Rangers have put together another 3-game winning streak on this season, beating the Penguins for the second time in only, what has it been, 4 days? Beating the Penguins for the second time in 4 days with a nice win in Buffalo in between. So let's talk about it. Strome is day-to-day with a lower body injury. He left, I believe, during the first period of the Buffalo game. He did not play periods 2 or 3. But he is day-to-day. Gallant thinks it's nothing serious, so he should be back soon. Kopp was slotted into his center position on the second line tonight. Speaking of which, let's go over the lineup. Kreider, Zibanejad, Vatrano still making up that first line. Panarin, Kopp, and Hunt, unfortunately, is back up on the second line. Lafreniere, Hedl, and Goudreau make up the third line. Mott, Brodzinski, and Reeves makes his way back into the lineup with the Strome injury. Lindgren, Fox, Miller, Trouba, Nemeth, Schneider, and Shesterkin in net. 45 seconds in, Trouba shot gets through, and there was a rebound, but it was swept away. 3 minutes in, Pittsburgh has a 2-on-1, which was broken up. And then just after that, the Rangers' second line, couple of passes to the low slot, but they couldn't quite connect with the player that was there. 5 minutes in, another Trouba shot gets through. And then shortly after that, Mott has a pretty nice shot coming down into the circle. And then Trouba has another good shot after he dekes a Pittsburgh player to get into the slot. So in the first period, I bet Trouba had 4 shots on goal. 8 minutes in, the shots are 5-1 for the Rangers. Pittsburgh, no shots in 6 minutes. So Pittsburgh gets an early shot in the game, and then they don't get another shot until about halfway through the period. Halfway through, Kopp is sprung for a chance, and then just after that, Shesterkin stops a cross-slot shot with his pad. And as I was writing that, they watched the replay, and no, he did not make the save. It just hit the post and bounced out. So I wrote, nope. In caps, hit the post. First line with a couple of close calls. Jari, very good saves towards the kind of middle-ish of this first period. First line was just peppering him, and he was saying no every time. Shesterkin save on a Rust breakaway. But then at 14:24, Boyle would score a deflection goal, making it 1-0 for the Pittsburgh Penguins. 3:30 left in the period. Trouba rings it off the post. Doesn't count as a shot on goal, but pretty close. 2 minutes left. Pittsburgh takes its 8th icing of the period, and then a minute later, they would take their 9th icing of the period. So 1 period into this game, Pittsburgh already had 9 icings. Now, that would be it's nice in one way in that the Rangers can get the players that they want on the ice. But Pittsburgh is such a good face-off team that, yeah, the Rangers have the players they want on the ice, but Pittsburgh would just win the face-off and then take it up the ice, so it didn't really matter. Shots 9-5 in favor of the Rangers. Rangers were completely the better team throughout that first period, but they end up down 1-0. We get into the second period. Pittsburgh possessing the puck more to start this period, but 5 minutes in, the shots are 4-0 Rangers. So eye test would tell you Penguins possessing the puck a lot more beginning of that second period, but shot totals 4-0 Rangers. Shortly after that, Pittsburgh has a 2-on-1 that shoots wide, and then extended pressure for Pittsburgh about 6 minutes in, during which Trouba lays a big hit on Raquel in the neutral zone. 9:45, Lindgren takes a holding penalty, but the penalty kill came through. Pittsburgh, very good power play, especially as of late, but the Rangers' penalty kill did a great job tonight. Schneider, great defensive play to break up a 2-on-1. And then at 13:32, Vatrano would score his 5th goal as a Ranger. Kreider breaks up a play in the offensive zone. Pittsburgh had taken possession back, and they were trying to get it going the other way. Kreider breaks it up. It flops into the high slot, gets to Zibanejad. Quick feed to Vatrano. He gets it 5-hole. Rangers tie the game 1-1. First line has another chance off of the rush after that goal, and then Shesterkin leads Kreider with a really long pass, so first line playing really well. 17:04, Schneider scores his 2nd goal as a Ranger. He scored in his first game as a Ranger way back in January. Tonight, he gets his 2nd as a Ranger, putting the Rangers up 2-1 against the Penguins. Pittsburgh pushes in the final minutes of the period. Rangers doing a great job keeping them to the outside, limiting their high-quality chances, getting sticks in passing lanes, just being a general nuisance. Lindgren and Gensel come together in the final seconds of the period, and that leads to 3 penalties at the 20-minute mark of the second period. Gensel and Matheson both take roughing penalties, as well as Lindgren, so the Rangers get to start the third period on a power play. Shots again, 9-5 in favor of the Rangers for the second period. We get into the third period. Minute and 6 seconds into this power play to start the third period, Kreider scores his 23rd power play goal and his 45th of the season. I think it's pretty safe to say Kreider is going to crack 50 goals. He's not going to win the Rocket Richard. Austin Matthews is most likely going to win that, but he's going to be 3rd in the league in goals this year. And anybody who would have said that in preseason this year, we would have laughed and said, yeah, right. And Kreider's just having the best season of his career this year. Hopefully it extends into the playoffs. Teams trade rush chances early in the period. 5:02, Gaudreau takes a tripping penalty, and the Rangers play keep away during that penalty kill. So there was about, 15, 20 seconds where the Rangers were just passing between all 3 zones, keeping it away from Pittsburgh. Great penalty kill. 10:04, Kopp takes a tripping penalty, and that would lead to the Penguins gaining a little confidence because 33 seconds into that power play, Crosby would score just a bullet from up above the circle. 8 minutes left in the period. Pittsburgh rings it off the post, and then Boyle gets his stick broken. I think it was a slash from a Rangers player. Pittsburgh wanted a penalty. Ref didn't see it, luckily for us. So no penalty on that. Maybe that would have changed the game completely. 5 minutes left. Gaudreau centers to Mott, who's 5 feet in front of the net. Probably would have scored if he didn't fan on it. Pass was just a little too fast for him. I'm really looking forward to Mott scoring his first goal as a Ranger because he is working his butt off. 2:32, Jari is pulled, and in the final 90 seconds was just chaos. First line had about 3 to 4 different shots on the empty net, and none of them would go through. They would pass and pass and pass and try and find that. Pittsburgh forwards are playing goalie. The puck at one point was creeping right next to the crease, and players are diving, trying to swipe at it. Nothing would go in. Gaudreau hits the post from a sharp angle, so he also misses the empty net to ice the puck. Shesterkin with 2 huge saves in the final 90 seconds. But Shesterkin finally covers it with 4.5 seconds left. Pittsburgh takes a timeout, tries to draw up a play off of the faceoff to get one more shot, but they would not succeed, and the Rangers would come away with the victory 3-2 against what will most likely be a very intense first-round matchup opponent. Stats at the end of the game: shots 26-24 in favor of the Rangers. Face-off 45.8%. Power play went 1 for 1, so power play churning at 100% efficiency. Hits 38-32 in favor of the Rangers. Blocks 18-13, also in favor of the Rangers. The trivia question of the evening: which Rangers player had the longest point streak prior to their 21st birthday? Because coming into tonight's game, Lafreniere, I believe, had a 6-game point streak. I'm not sure if that was extended tonight. I don't believe it was, so his 6-game point streak is broken. I'm pretty sure. But apparently it was Don Murdoch back in the 70s. He had a 10-game point streak prior to his 21st birthday. So good for him. The Rangers, a much-needed victory tonight, pushes them into second place, just above the Pittsburgh Penguins, 43-19-5 on this season. They are playing really well in this next segment of 10 games. They do have a couple more before we get that 10-game recap. And it should be a nice recap because they play the Red Wings tomorrow night in Detroit. And then Friday they play the Islanders. 2 games that they should win. A couple games ago, the Islanders did defeat the Rangers in annoying fashion. We'll see if they can have a little redemption on Friday. But before that, they're in Detroit tomorrow night. See if they can get redemption on the Red Wings, who beat them earlier this season. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more videos like it, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next rundown.